Hey everyone, this is Nina from Know Before You Go Inc. I would love to share with you something that has happened to me in the past, and I also have a question to ask you to see if anybody can relate to the story I'm about to tell. I'll try to make this very short and very sweet and to the point so I don't take up a lot of your time, but I am as thorough in my storytelling as possible. So, quite some time ago, not recently, but some time ago, I had gone on a business trip and I needed to rent a vehicle. So when I booked my vehicle, I used my debit card because my credit was very poor at that time. I didn't have any major credit cards. So when I got to the state that I had my trip in, I went to the car company to rent my car and they declined me and turned me down. The reason they did that was because they did a soft credit pull and they looked at my credit and decided that since I had zero major credit cards at the time, that they were not going to approve me for renting their vehicle. I couldn't pay in cash and I could no longer use my debit card because they changed the rules and regulations. I can't tell you how terrible it felt to not be able to make it anywhere I needed to go that day. It screwed up my whole entire trip. I was livid and frankly, I was pretty pissed off at myself for getting myself in that situation. And also the company because I didn't know that they had changed the regulations and I didn't see that in their fine print. Not the point. The point is, I felt like shit when they were like, no, I'm sorry, you can't rent a car. I had nowhere to go, I had a hotel that I couldn't get to. I didn't have a ride to get there. I didn't want to spend the extra money on taxi cabs because out of state, I'm used to living in New York. Things are pretty close by to each other. Things that are in other states aren't so close to each other the way they are here. It's not as convenient. So I needed to get to my hotel. I needed to get there at a specific time because I had a business meeting. And now I had no way of doing any of that because they would simply not approve me or let me use any other means of payment. I don't want anyone else to feel quite the way I felt when that happened. I was mad at myself for putting myself in that situation and not being prepared to get myself out of it or to move forward at that time or in case something like this happened. I just didn't know. I wasn't aware that that was even a possibility of happening. I figured I could just pay it, no problem. How many of you have experienced a situation where you either applied for a credit card or needed a loan, mortgage, a car, any of those kinds of topics or categories where you needed to borrow funds or get approved somehow for a credit that they were providing and got turned down and declined? Like I said, I'm totally guilty of it. We've all been there, and I'm sure that you guys can find this relatable. The reason I'm sharing this story with you is because I don't want anyone to have to go through that if it could be prevented. And what I did after that day was I never let it happen to me again. I have created a cheat sheet for all the major credit card companies, third-party lenders of any kind you can think of. It has about 50 pages and over 400 different creditors and lenders. So not only does it list every single option out there for you, it'll tell you who the creditor is. So for example, American Express, what credit score you actually need in order to get approved from American Express when you apply, and then what bureau American Express will report to on a monthly basis. This is a huge, huge help. If you're not familiar with credit, you may want to take my course that's up and coming so you can become more familiar with how to help yourself. But if you're pretty well versed in your credit and you know the basics at least, you know that that's major. All that information is exactly what you need to make sure that you get approved and to make sure that you go up in points instead of down in points. So, as a special offer right now, what I'm doing to help everyone, because I would hate for anyone to have to feel the way I did that day. I am offering my list completely free for a limited time to help get everyone started. Unemployment is over. You need to start making your money again, and you need to get back to work and out of debt. So, for the sake of helping each other, if you click the link below, you'll be able to download my cheat sheet completely free. It's an online document that you can make adjustments to, however you see fit, take notes, etc. And like I said, it's completely free. You just put in your email, I'll send it to you, and it's a link to download. That's all there is to it. But I cannot tell you how much value you're going to get from this list if you don't realize that already. It's incredible. All it takes is knowing your numbers, knowing their numbers, and then doing something about it to make it work. If you would like to benefit from this document, click the link below. I'll send it to you, and together we can actually get ourselves out of the hole and the mess that we put ourselves in, or possibly didn't. More often than not, that's the case. Again, my name is Nina Rossi from Know Before You Go Inc. And when you know your numbers, you can get approved. So don't be fooled. Don't be a victim, and definitely don't let debt control your life and prevent you from being able to do the things that you need to do and want to do, like rent a car or a house or a boat or whatever the hell you would like to rent. Do yourself a favor and download the list below. It's going to be a huge help. Just knowing information really gets you much further than not knowing anything at all, obviously. Anyway, guys, have a great day and good luck to you all. Ciao.